Okay, this is this year's Dragon's Den, which we do every year, except when we're having a revolution. The four judges who have very kindly given their time today are, as always, alumni of Alsson. And what I'd like to do is to briefly introduce them, and then we'll just check on the rules, and then we'll start the competition. So, ladies first, Fatma Ghali. Fatma, some of you know if you've seen Dragon's Den before. She is Managing Director of Afifi Jewellery. She's an alumni, of course, and she left Alsson in 1997. She is the business development specialist in the company with 9 years of experience, working her way up from marketing executive to her current position as managing director. And her main role has been transforming this business. I'm sure you all know as Afifi Jewellery, but taking it from a local jewellery company into an international brand. She has a BA in oil painting, so she's come a very long and very different route from those days as an artist. And she's been exposed to the business world through a family-owned enterprise at a very early age. She set out with a great level of aspiration to take the brand to where it is today and to develop further strategic plans to achieve relentless regional and global expansion. So, Fatma, would you please wave at this lot? Next, the next lady is Mona Afifi, and she is the managing partner of StyleTreasure.com. When this is over, you can all go and have a look at her website. She's, again, an alumni, and she left Alsson in 1998. She studied journalism and mass comm at AUC. She was in Alsson from the kindergarten, as it was called in those days, right the way through to Prep 3, again, as it was called in those days. And then she went abroad with her mother, who was a diplomat. She worked in journalism in her second year at AUC, and then the idea of bringing Egypt's designing talents under one roof started taking place. She is currently managing partner at StyleTreasure.com, and it's the first online boutique based in Egypt and the first online platform to showcase young building talents in Egypt and the Middle East, both locally and internationally. Please welcome Mona Afifi. Next is Hisham Kharma. He's creative director and he's a music producer. And he is the alumni of 1996. He is creative director and founder of Think, which is THINKK. It's a creative hub for digital and advertising. He's a social media entrepreneur. And he is the founder of IWasInTahrir.com. He's a music composer, he's a music producer, and he's just released an album with Sony Music and Virgin Megastore. Hisham Kharma studied computer science at AUC, and today we welcome him to the Dragon's Den. Please welcome Hisham. Last but by no means least, Hussein Allam. He is the chairman of Cairo Financial. He's the alumni of 1998. He's chairman of Cairo Financial, which is a financial advisory firm that focuses on greenfield projects, concessions, private equity deals, mergers and acquisitions. The firm's based in Egypt, and it targets opportunities in the MENA region and sub-Saharan Africa. Previously, he worked as financial advisor in the Alsson Alumni group, where he was responsible for overseeing the group's financial strategy, developing monetary resources among the various businesses and raising funds for projects. In addition, he carried out feasibility studies for the group's investments, which included numerous real estate projects, which is probably what you know Alsson Alumni company for. Hussein's previous experience also includes a role as an investment analyst at Actis Capital, as a private equity firm specializing in emerging markets. And quite interestingly, he was involved in the acquisition of Sinai Marble and Motman, the fast food company, along with at least 10 other deals that came under consideration. He has an MSc in finance from the London Business School and a BA in economics from the American University in Cairo. Please welcome Hussein Allam.
It's 0% fat and it's so good for you. No way. What is the opening? When the business people say yes, it'll open.
Can you please say yes about the project because I really want to eat
let me tell you what epic sandwich time is about. Basically, epic sandwich time is all about a product which is fresh, organic, and very healthy. Okay? Unlike the school canteen or any school canteen in school. It's a benefit to all of the sixth formers and all of the teachers in the Alsson school to start off with. Sandwiches will be very affordable and certainly will offer a much better quality than the school canteens or all of our competitors, which are, for example, the kiosks in front of school. And we're going to have customized sandwiches, part of our unique selling point, something like Subway, which we're sure all of you will love. These are pictures of the sandwiches. This is the Religion sandwich, and this is the egg explosion sandwich. This is the turkey sandwich, but you have about research. Our primary research was face-to-face interviews and questionnaires. Secondary research was research done using the internet. the internet to do some research about other businesses that tried opening previously, but failed. So we don't want to repeat their mistakes, obviously. Sad thing that sandwiches was not biased, it was random. It was completely random. We just gave a sample to everyone. Here's a video of the reactions to the samples tried out.
Sandwich, sandwich, I'm in love with you.
I tried epic sandwiches. It was amazing. The egg explosion is just so tasty and delicious. I'm about to try it sometime soon. I cannot wait till it opens in the system.
Epic sandwich time has the best sandwiches I have ever tasted in my entire life. If the school opens epic sandwich time, then it will be the best thing the school has ever done.
Sandwiches were really healthy and they were very cheap.
I always used to bring food with me from home because I didn't really like the canteen at school, but after epic sandwich time, I'm always going to buy from
I never thought epic sandwich time would be that good, but seriously, they're everything. I don't think I can compare anything else to it. It's so good.
I've just had the most fantastic sandwich from Epic Sandwich Time. I tell you what, I'm never going to eat another sandwich from another establishment ever again. It was fantastic. So healthy.
I think it's a really good idea. I think it looks nice and business ideas there. You're catering to a wide variety of audiences because you're looking at not just mentally healthy but physically healthy attitudes towards the food that you're giving. Okay? I love the idea of mimicking the Subway and letting people choose their own combinations of sandwiches. I think that would be really, really great, and you can pull in a lot of people with that, because sometimes you don't just want cheating people, but you want to experiment, you want to play with the food. So that's an excellent idea. I really like that.
I've just tried my first vegetarian epic sandwich, and wow, what an experience.
Epic sandwich time is the best. They're amazing. They're so healthy, and I will never ever bring a kid from home, so I'll always order from them.
So let's get into the more complicated stuff. Our questionnaires were given out to
How did you choose the name?
well, there's a TV show that Sora watches. It's called Epic Something Time, Epic Meal Time. So we wanted to tingle with it a little bit and change it to Epic Sandwich Time, because it's all about sandwiches. Obviously we're not going to have meals in school. So yeah, and it's fun, it's joyful, it's epic, and teens like that. What do you think of sandwiches?
We can try them yet. Try them now.
Try it. Really? Thank you.
You talked about the others' failures at the beginning of the presentation. I wanted to know what were those failures and how were you overcoming them in your business model?
Okay, so we searched some stuff, not in Egypt, because no one ever tried that in Egypt. We searched some stuff in the UK. And some schools started up businesses like cupcakes, started up businesses like meals in the sixth form, but they all failed because they failed to offer a price which is lower than that in the actual school. So we wanted to make that more affordable. We made the prices £10, £15, £20, while here there's only one size, which is about the same as the double epic, and it's for 15, 16 pounds. And it's not healthy, obviously. So that was the main problem in other businesses.
Okay, I have two questions. First, you said your main edge is having healthy sandwiches and making your own sandwich. So tell me what makes you different than Subway, for instance. And the second question is, your main market is schools.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. First of all, Subway is much more expensive than we are. And Subway is not in school. So we don't have Subway is not our competitor. We just look up to Subway so that we can be something like Subway after we expand in malls and other areas. But now we're only focusing on schools. And what's special about us is that we're not only about customizing your own like Subway. We actually have sandwiches pre-made. But you can guarantee, because we're their friends, we're in the same age limit, So they know that we're going to be making healthy sandwiches. We're going to be using fresh ingredients. They're going to trust in us. It's kind of, Subway is not our competitor. It's just something we're looking up to in the future.
The second question is regarding the school's model. What makes you sure that after launching the brand here at school, why wouldn't other startup like you guys start at CAC or any other competitor? The same idea. What makes you sure that no one will have the same
Well, they already have cilantro or pasta in their soup. So, and they're obviously too expensive. So, I don't think anyone has the idea.
Do you realize that other schools probably charge quite a high rental fee for restaurants like the cilantro, etc., to open their? Do you have that? Do you have those costs in mind when you think about expansion? I mean, maybe Alsson will be kind enough to let you set up for free here, but other schools probably won't. And there's probably a reason why there aren't other student-based projects like that around schools, because they probably mean quite a high rental fee. Do you have that in mind in your future plans to expand?
We actually did have that in mind. But we're not thinking about expansion within the next year or the year after. We're thinking about expansion in about 3 years, when we actually have a lot of profit that we can actually spend money to rent a place in a school like this or CAC. I asked some friends in this if we can actually do that, and they were like, yes. But about prices, we're not getting into that now because Egypt is not in a very good economic situation, and we're thinking about that in the future, in about 3 years. So after we open Epic Sandwich Time, and if it did not fail, or if something doesn't happen, if it goes right, just like we planned it, then we're going to be taking into consideration other schools and probably opening in 3 years' time.
Hi, I'm Mona Shidamina Ashkindaira, and today we're going to be presenting our business idea. Think of London. What's the first thing that comes to mind? Or when you think of any other city in the world, what's the first thing that comes to mind when you think about how you're going to move around? With red citizens everywhere? What country comes to mind when you think of history and culture and the buzzing city, perfect weather, and amazing life? Cairo. Cairo has a lot to offer, and therefore millions of tourists come to Cairo every year to see its monuments and historic areas. From all over the world, tourists come to visit Cairo and Egypt as a whole to see its wonderful sights, because they can relax, they can enjoy the scenery, and they can see a lot of culture and history. And there is one thing that's stopping them. Clean, safe, half on, half off road.
Hi there!
Oh, hello.
Hi there. Hello.
Is it like the one in London?
Yes. Have you ever seen a tour bus in Cairo? A half tour bus in Cairo?
Actually, I haven't.
No. Have you ever seen a half tour bus in Cairo?
No.
Have you ever seen a half tour bus in Cairo?
No.
Have you ever found any half buses in Egypt?
No.
No. Have you seen one in other places around the world?
Yes.
Would you like to see one in Cairo?
Yes, of course.
Have you ever seen a half tour bus in Cairo?
Yes.
Hi. Hi, how are you? In your 16 years of life, how many times have you visited touristic places in Egypt?
Over 5 times.
How many times have you visited the pyramids?
Around twice.
Have you ever seen a half tour bus in Cairo?
Yes. No, I'm just kidding.
Have you ever seen a half tour bus in Cairo?
No.
No?
No.
Would you like to see one in Cairo?
Love to see one in Cairo.
Would you get one in one of them?
No.
Would you like to see one?
Yes, please.
Would you like? Yes.
Yes, perhaps I would.
It's high quality and low license? Did you ride one?
Yes, of course.
Yes.
It's easy to be vegetarian, start to all this.
Ride one?
No.
Do you have more people on it than not, but some people stay on it all day. Probably not, to be honest.
Yes, I wish someone would do that.
What is guaranteed that our bus will be safe and ethical? Since you take your family out there, and
I would.
That's too dangerous.
Of course I would, yeah. And the third one, would you like one? Yes. I would love to have one, of course, yes.
who would you go with if you had such an offer?
I'd probably go with some friends.
So, same age group?
Yes, same age.
Let on one that's environmentally friendly, right? I know it's right around Cairo on my tour.
Oh, that's awesome. See, I think I would pay 75. Well, considering you guys are the only ones in the business, then probably whatever you're asking, I would be willing to pay.
I think it has to be cheap for the tourists themselves, because taxis, you know, they set it, they're very expensive taxis.
But if not, let's say 150.
If you're the only company that offers this, then it's not a choice anymore.
I actually think that just people on the top of people and very people, and it's only now that like and I enjoy that's the only way that they will assist me.
What do you think of culture and Egyptian snack offers on the bus?
Definitely, yes.
This is our bus schedule. There are 3 buses, so customers have an option of when they want their tours to start, and they know when it's ending, so they know how their day is going to go.
By designing the routes for the whole of Cairo, we can show you that we are extremely organized and that we're very responsible, because we were able to find all the most important landmarks in Cairo within the area, and this also shows you that we're able to fit in to organize a bus schedule where bus drivers are able to take all different people from different places, and people can actually decide when they want to go, and they can take different buses. They don't have to stick with one bus. They can take a bus there, and then they can take another bus that takes at a different time home or to the next landmark.
Going green, so I think I'll give you an offer. I'll help you with the advertising. I'll pay you 300 Egyptian pounds. In return, 30% shares, not 15.
Alright, if you give us the whole...
300,000. 300 pounds for 40,000. Yeah, شوية طيب. 25%.
You're asking for 97% of the company's value to be bought in by an investor and giving them 25%. No one would ever do that. You're raising 97% of the capital needed. No investor would ever accept that. It's a brilliant idea.
We'll accept 25%.
Yeah, Jim, good.
There's no place for a bus to move around.
No, but we'll drop them off. They won't go in. Yeah, and we have a sign that says that the bus. We have a sign with the logo to show that this is where our bus stops, and hopefully, eventually, people will recognize the logo, and then we can have many different bus stops. Just a sign that shows that this is where the bus stops.
You're competing with taxis and competing with...
Yes, but we're clean, we're safe, environmentally. A lot of people risk their lives. Tourists maybe won't be able to communicate with the taxi, so it's easier for them. Yeah, and we also have guidance. People, they may ask whatever they want to our employees, and we have bus drivers that we trust. always alter
It's very admirable that you've gone into such details. This is very important. But did you ever ask yourselves if this is really a potentially successful business? Don't you think one of the huge travel agencies would have probably done it already?
Yes.
Why haven't they?
Because there's lots of traffic in Cairo, there's lots of pollution, they wouldn't be able to have open air buses. But people are more attracted to Egypt now that the revolution has happened and people want to see the post-revolution Egypt. And so now we can assume that more people will want to come to Egypt, firstly, and secondly, they might have thought that they might have just assumed that a country like that would never succeed because there's a lot of traffic again and there's a lot of pollution, so people they might have just thought that it would be easier to take taxis.
Don't you think those 2 points are the points that could probably break the whole project? I mean, most tourists who visit Egypt are very well aware of our pollution problem, and you probably see many of them with masks on their face when they're walking the streets. Traffic is also a big issue. A bus is definitely bigger than a taxi and will probably have difficulty moving around in narrower streets of Cairo. Those 2 points are actually quite valid, which is probably why the big travel agencies have not invested in such buses. So, no matter how brilliant a project may sound to you, the question of why hasn't somebody done it earlier should always be a big factor in your decision. Unless you're creating something extremely new or something that is that has never happened before, then the question is not valid here. But if it sounds so attractive to so many people, then you really need to give it some thought as to why somebody in the business already hasn't invested in this before.
Hi everyone, my name is Tanya. We are here to present you with our new business idea, which is called Purple Cabs. We have a fourth member in our group, but unfortunately she couldn't make it because she's very busy.
Egyptians have always been suffering from harassment, especially women. We have thought of an idea that has never been introduced in Egypt before, and that is providing people with a safe and high-quality transport system. We provide a variety of vehicles and women chauffeurs that are highly trained in self-defense. The cab would go and pick up the customers at any desired destination. The cab's fare would be a bit higher than the normal fare due to some services that we offer.
We're going to be planning on buying 4 regular Toyota cars and 2 minivans, other than renting 40 other cars and 30 vans. The cars will be distributed around and about the city, where they can be available at any time, anywhere. Cars will be available in Ma'adin, Muazzin, Zamalek, Nasr City, October, Al-Qamiyah, and downtown.
We have 66 cars in total, and Dan and I's family have an apartment building in Muazzin that we will be using its garage for parking the cars. The garage is about 700 meters square, which would fit more than 66 cars. The building also has a small flat on the first floor, which is used for storage. We will be using this as a call center. There will be 5 workers answering 5 different lines, and we will be using landlines only in order to decrease this. We've produced a market map in order to position our business, and we use 2 different sectors in the market, which is expensive and cheap and luxurious and everyday. And we found a gap in the market in the expensive and everyday sector, so we thought that we should position our market.
Our business is a niche market and it's aimed at the highly educated women in Cairo. But we want to make it clear that males can also use our services if they are accompanied by females.
We've also done both primary and secondary research. We've distributed questionnaires to both men and women above the age of 16, and we sampled 20 people. Here's an example of some of the questions we asked. The first question was, would you feel safe with a woman chauffeur driving you to your desired destination? And the majority of answers was yes. The second question was, would you feel more safe if a woman were trained on a professional level of self-defense? And 72% of the answers were yes. That's why we will be training our chauffeurs to be highly self-defense, and we will be placing the pepper sprays in all the cars in order for the customers to be safe. The next question was, would you like the advantage of choosing between a car or a van according to how many people are with you? And all the answers were yes. That's why we offer both vans and cars in order to meet all customer demands. We've also done 2 interviews with a female and a male, and one of the questions that we that we stopped at was, would you prefer riding a taxi with a lady or a man in white? And the answer was man, because they trust men driving better. That's why we provide both men and women chauffeurs, so that the customers, when they're calling the call center, they will choose whether they want a female chauffeur or a male chauffeur.
We also carried out secondary research. This business already exists in Iran. That's where we offer at Hisham, and we offer unique services. So that's our advantage.
We've also done, as you all know, that yellow cabs are no longer in the market. And we've done our research and we've asked why, and the reason was that people were demanding cars in a very short time, and the cars was very overcrowded. So therefore they didn't go to their customers on time, and they were not successful. We sat as a group and we analyzed the problems with the yellow cabs, and we've come up with the idea that that customers have to order cabs 3 hours prior to the time. The market side, as you can see, that the yellow cabs does not have any market share in the market side, as they're no longer in the market. And we're estimating that purple cabs will be taking 20% of the market side.
Our whole business runs on competitive advantages. We not only offer male chauffeurs, but female as well, as we mentioned. We also offer 24-hour service. That's only a phone call away. As we mentioned before, we have trained our women chauffeurs to be able to defend themselves and any customers when needed. And all these unique features have never been introduced before, so that's why we think people would be attracted to trying our new services.
We've also thought that what makes our business unique is that we're adding high quality leather seats to all cars. There will be an active connection to all cars, so that customers will be listening to their own tasting music. Drinks will be available, and the air conditioning and heating will be available. All these are features of adding value, so because we're charging customers more, so we need to give them something in return, so we're giving them value.
Our product trial will take place for 3 weeks, and we'll be using test marketing. And this is when the product is only launched in limited areas. We'll be launching it in June, Zamalek, Moscow, and 6th of October, and they will operate for 24 hours. As they're driving around the city, our chauffeurs will explain some of our services to the customers, and will supply them with a flyer that contains all the information. Also, we will ask, for the first 2 months, we will ask our drivers to jot down any comments or suggestions that the customers have, and this will really help us improve the business in the future.
We've asked ourselves many times what would be our opportunity costs, and now to be spending, we're going to be spending less time with family and friends, since we're going to dedicate our time and effort in this business to make it work. We're also going to spend less on trips, etc., because we're investing a lot of money in this business.
As you all know, after the Egyptian revolution, unemployment rate has been increasing rapidly. Due to the country being so unstable, people have been losing their jobs. So this brings both advantages and disadvantages to our business. The main advantage is that it will be easier for us to recruit workers,
And the main disadvantage is that the workers will be very unstable, as they will be moving from one job to another according to the better offers that they're receiving. And this can cause instability to our business and will affect our ability to meet customer demand effectively.
Exchange rate won't really affect our business, as we won't be exporting or importing any goods. We'll be buying our cars and vans from the supply union in Egypt, and we're going to pay our employees in Egyptian pounds. Interest rate will impact our business because we're going to be applying for a loan. The interest rate here in Egypt is 6%, which is relatively low compared to the UK. So interest rate will only affect our costs because we're going to make them increase.
Is that in EGP or US dollar? 6%? No, we're talking at least 14%.
After calculating all our costs, we have calculated that we need 800,000 LE in total to start and run our business. We'll be applying for a loan from HSBC Bank for 200,000 LE, and we've gathered up some personal savings of 400,000 LE, and we'll be asking you for 200,000 LE in return for 15% of the business. We'll also be using trial 15. Yeah, 50. We'll also be using trial pricing when starting the business, and this is because we charge such high prices, and we don't want people, our potential customers, to be scared off. We just want them to enjoy our services first before judging our business according to its price.
Part of our research was that we need to know the prices of our competitors, and we've asked the white taxis, and the prices were 1.25 LE per kilometer and 0.25 LE per minute, and 2.5 LE for a startup charge. We decided that we will charge 50% higher prices because we provide a high quality ride, and we're providing a service that's not in the market. And as you can see in the table, that the final prices will be 1.875 LE per kilometer and 0.375 LE per minute, and the startup charge will be 3.75.
We looked at some advertising methods that we need to become well known. Unfortunately, the big billboards are way too expensive for us to use, so we will be using the small billboards that are attached to the lampposts. We'll only use them for the first 4 months, and we'll be giving out leaflets and hanging up posters in the streets, as well as creating our own website with all our information.
We've also produced a cash flow forecast. And when we sat together and thought of the sales, we thought that we need another source of sales in order to cover our costs. And we thought that by letting businesses and other companies advertise their products and services on our taxis, this will increase our sales, and we will be charging 2,000 LE per month for advertising on the taxis. And as you can see that for the first 6 months we will be losing. However, we will be starting we will start to gain profit starting from the 7th month.
So venture capital, you're looking for £200,000. Yeah. All right. See if you can get it.
So I have a couple of questions. You said that you're targeting the niche market of mostly elite, highly educated women/men, probably. Don't you think they already have their own cars/drivers?
Yes, but like people like us, we're young. We always don't have drivers around when they're going out, and we're very scared to ride like the white taxis now, especially that the current situation in Egypt is very unsafe. So we thought that purple cabs would be a good idea for people our age and women, for example, that do not drive.
And we think the parents will be more comfortable if their daughters are using purple cabs than a normal cab.
You have a point. Definitely cabs are an issue, and probably any cabs that you would be riding would be behind your parents' backs, obviously. But don't you think that the purple cab drivers, even the women, would be more or less the same people who are driving the white cabs, or you're planning to recruit more educated, more trained drivers?
Yes, they're mainly trained. We're giving them a
salary of 700 pounds, which is not high, and we're not, in order to like not increase our costs, and because we have 66 cars, we have to like have, we can't like recruit highly educated women to drive the cars, but we will be getting people that are low income and medium income in Egypt. And we will be training them on self-defense, we will be training them on how to talk to customers in a very good way.
But don't you think you will have the same problem of trusting them and trusting your sister, your child, whatever, to ride with them? Because they're probably from the same background as other white cab drivers.
I know, but like put this in mind that they will be women, so if you're driving with a woman, you'll be much safer than driving with a man, because
a woman won't do anything.
No, she will, but she doesn't have the ability to actually do something.
We will be taking all their personal information, and we'll also be calling in and checking whether the customer has arrived and whether the car has reached the customer yet. So we will be keeping an eye on how things are going in the first few months.
Okay, I just have two pieces of advice. To cut down your costs a bit, did you think about renting the cars as opposed to buying the cars, just in case the project doesn't really take off during the first year or two?
Yes,
did you consider renting the cars?
We stated that we will only buy 6 cars, and we will be renting 40 cars and 20 pounds. Yeah, and we thought about this earlier, that we could rent all cars, but we thought that if anything happened to our suppliers, we need to have like our own cars in order to meet customer demands.
Okay, and my last piece of advice for the customer service hotline, it is always cheaper to outsource that. There are several very, very good companies in Egypt that will probably give you an amazing call center for around £2,000 per month, as opposed to you hiring 5 people around the clock to answer your calls. So that's just a piece of advice as to how you can cut down your costs a bit. Thank you.
Why don't you consider just setting up a martial arts center and training the ladies, just the clients actually, rather than the drivers? So you're going to spend a lot of money and a lot of effort training the drivers in martial arts and self-defense. So why don't you do that for the clients themselves?
No, it's actually not very costly, because we're considering that we will be, there's about 70 employees, and each employee will cost £50 per month for training. So that's in total for £3,000, which is relatively not a lot. And we're giving the impression that they're highly trained, so that customers would feel safer. Like for example, if I'm riding a taxi and I know that the driver is highly self-defense, then if anything happens, they know how to react to it. I'd be much.
I'd be willing to invest in the martial arts aspect of the business away from the cabs. I'm happy with this one.
Given that it's a business of cars in Cairo's map traffic, I didn't see much insurance, and the maintenance you had was around £2,000 monthly, and I didn't see any insurance, because I think with around 66 cars you'd have a high rate of accidents and stuff like that you need to pay very high insurance and maintenance on. So I'd add that to my financial statements.
Okay, you guys considered the safety from the driver, but you have a purple cab, a woman driving at placements. So did you consider safety from the outside environment, especially after the revolution? It's safe from the driver, right? From the inside. Now it's a purple cab, a woman driving, advertised for women with ad placements, so it's out there.
Yeah, you have a point, but after the elections are done, and Egypt will be
that economically stable. And it's not a normal thing that people in Baltagia are doing Egypt every year. It's only an exception for this year because the revolution happened. But after the elections are done and over, I don't think that there will be any problems with it.
And if customers don't want females driving, they can ask for a male driver and offer.
I would invest in the martial arts.
Okay, guys, thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. Our store is going to be a cupcake store, which is based in Zamalek. We'd like to start off by inviting you to try how it's going to work.
Good thing. You get free food. If you
I love this competition.
Can all four of you come and try? We have three different types of cupcakes: the vanilla, the chocolate, and the caffeinated cupcakes. You go into the shop, you choose the cupcake you want. You add the frosting you want. There's butter cream, there's vanilla, and there's chocolate. Okay, and then you add the topping you want. And there are basic cupcakes, which the caffeinated cupcakes are the first time introduced in Egypt. They've never been sold before. And customizing your own cupcake is the first time as well. There's not a single other shop, or none of our competitors have this ingredient now.
This one?
Yes.
Our drum rolls are here. Jala, I'd like to introduce ourselves first. My name is Omar, Saad, Jala, Muhammad, and Ahmed. Jala is our supervisor. She's supervising everything for all of us. I'm the head of sales. Ahmed is the head of marketing. Muhammad is the head of finance, and Ahmed is the head of production. Okay, our mission: to provide delightful cupcakes with a twist, taking the traditional bakery to a whole new level. The following are our objectives. Our first objective is to sell high-quality cupcakes that satisfy our customers. We'd like to have a shop which is open most of the time of the day, so people can find the cupcakes anytime they want. We're opening early, so people can have it for breakfast on the way to school, and at night before everyone goes back home. Since 6th of October is an area where there's no cupcake stores, we'd like to place our shop over there. And we want to open a new shop within 2 years.
Our SWOT analysis shows that we have strength in our service, our prices are affordable, we have great quality, personalized cupcakes, caffeinated cupcakes, pre-orders and online order. Our opportunities show that we have homemade smoothies, expansion nationally. Our weaknesses are startup, the focus on a limited target. The threats are competition such as Starbucks and other cupcakes, and no brand awareness or brand image. In our market research, we found out that Starbucks' strengths are their atmosphere, their brand awareness, and their large offer. Their weaknesses were that they're expensive and attention to on coffee, and it's a very busy shop. For Nola Cupcakes, their strength are their location and their exclusive design. Their weaknesses were they are expensive, their service, and they only serve as cupcakes.
We created a questionnaire and asked people from our target market, which is people from our age, people who go to school and university. We asked questions that included the promotion and how people would like to see our product and what they want. And all the following slides are based on the questionnaire analysis.
We want to locate the store in 6th of
pricing. Classic cupcakes it's like any normal cupcake with any other store, so it's based like where our prices are very similar to the other cupcake stores. Customized and cafe cupcakes are introduced for the first time, so we can have a high price and not worry about people not buying it. The cakes will base the prices depending on the order itself, and further on we'll be looking to add cookies and brownies, and these are going to be 5 vanilla cakes. Since us owners are the people who are involved in the target market, our main source of promotion is going to be the word of mouth. But we'll also create a Facebook page and Twitter page, and we'll advertise mostly through internet. We've also created posters and leaflets which will be given out in the areas of our target market, which will be the schools and universities. And the posters are the one you saw in the beginning, which we had up in the beginning, and there's going to be another poster at the end. Sampling it's going to be very similar to what we did now. We're going to have a table like this set in the list: Alsson, CAC, MES, NCS, AS, AUC, and GUC, and we'll see what people want, and these are people who are high standards, so pricing, that's why we base the prices high and not worrying people. We mentioned that after 2 years we'd like to open another shop, so we'll be looking forward to opening in Mohandesin Atawiyya Maadi. We didn't consider Zamalek at all because Zamalek is the area with the most cupcake stores, such as Nola and Sugar and Spice. After 2 years, we'll also start looking to make donuts, since the House of Donuts and TBS are the only 2 areas which have donuts in Egypt. Good enough. Market map. As you can see, we have we have the highest quality cupcakes. They're similar to the prices of Nola and Starbucks, but our quality is much higher. These are other competitors which compete with us, but we didn't take them into consideration because they're low priced and they're not that of high quality.
Our main unique selling point is that you make your own cupcake. Usually you see that in ice cream shops, such as a new one in Mall of Arabia called Yogi. It's doing very well at the moment because everyone's really excited to make their own ice cream and decorate and eat it. That's why we decided to take the idea but alter it with cupcakes instead. Another unique selling point is we have an online shop, so we deliver in all areas of Cairo. Not only does not deliver in October. We also offer other products such as cookies and tarts and brownies.
We're going to get a startup cost of 50,000 LE. Construction of the shop would cost 150,000, and transport, the cost for delivery would cost 70,000. So therefore, would be the total startup cost would be 225. We then have monthly payments, rent.
So even though I think cupcakes are very in right now and everyone is opening a cupcake stores or starting a cupcake business on Facebook, and I don't usually like, I usually prefer for a business idea to be brand new. But you guys thought of a niche, which is make your own cupcake and the caffeinated cupcakes. I do know 2 stores who have coffee cupcakes, but it's good to think of a niche, it's very important. The make your own cupcake will probably work when I'm going in with a friend to buy 1 cupcake each, or perhaps 2 cupcakes each, but you will mostly want to be selling more and making cupcakes for occasions, for if somebody has a gathering of people over or for an engagement or whatever. So that niche won't really work there.
We do have an ordering system where if you order before, we can make whichever cupcakes you want with any toppings you want, and we could make large batches and everything, and we do have that.
Yes, and it's great that you have an online ordering system. It's very important now. The delivery aspect, I think you're putting around 70,000 for the motorcycles. I would, as a startup, I really like projects that start small and grow slowly and grow well. I would avoid that 70,000 and work with a company like Wassali or Mashawir at the beginning. Share the costs are only high when you're delivering to a very far away area. I would probably share the cost with the client, and this will still save me so much more money than actually investing in Vespas or cars or whatever. But otherwise, it's great that you thought of a niche, a different way to sell cupcakes and to try to compete with other existing cupcake stores.
Could we go back to your financial, that revenue model? I'm a bit lost there because it says revenue per month is £135,000.
No, this is the amount, so this is cupcakes a month.
Sorry, the
Monthly?
monthly.
Yeah, that's the amount of cupcakes per year.
Okay, that's the amount of cupcakes.
Yeah.
Okay.
How come you have 300 per day?
What was the question?
If you have 300 cupcakes per day, how could you have 135,000 per month?
Oh, sorry, this is the profit per day.
If that's the profit, then your cupcake per cup, and if you sell 300 cupcakes per day.
Yeah, this is the month. Sorry, this is the monthly profit, the monthly income.
Revenue.
Non-profit revenue, you mean?
Yeah, revenue.
Okay.
How much is the cupcake?
We sell 15 for the normal, 20 for the customized, and 25 for the craft.
Per one?
Cupcakes are very expensive.
What are you guys planning to start having donuts as well?
2 years.
2 years. And will I be able to customize my donut?
That's what we're still, we're not putting now, but yeah.
Okay, because I think you have a catch here. When I saw the first slide, I said, okay, it's another cupcake store, but you gave it a twist. So I would lose the advertising the cupcake factor, and I would advertise the customizing and start off with donuts as well. Donuts, cupcakes, and
make your own.
Make your own cupcakes / donuts.
In our poster, if you look at the last one, it says that we're the first cupcake store in Cairo that offers the make your own cupcake. The first cupcake store in Egypt, where you can create your own customized cupcake, is open very soon. So we mentioned that in our promotion.
I'm planning to take the risk with you guys as well. You said how much you're looking for? 166? For percentage?
10% of the...
10%?
When they decide, I tend to prefer the health-oriented theme, so the epic sandwiches with the martial arts. Cupcakes,
Egyptians like food.
I will pass on this one.
I'm willing to take the risk. I'll take the 166 for 45%.
Okay, well, as you can see, it's taken a long time to make incredibly difficult decisions. So now it is feedback time. Thank you.
First of all, I just want to say that we're all very, very, very impressed. I think the four of us came here today with a different idea. We never thought you guys would go into such depth and make such an effort. For effort, I think we would have chosen the four groups, really. You're impressive and you probably spent so much time doing this. We're actually, our opinions are actually really split between two groups. Hussein and I are very much for the Epic Sandwich project. For several reasons. You have chances to expand at other schools, even though Hussein thinks that you should really just rent out some shelf space or probably maybe sell for a commission at the canteens. I think differently. I think branding is important. Building a signature kiosk, even if it's tiny, will give you a brand identity. The sandwiches are tasty, but they need some improvement, and they need perhaps a chef with experience somewhere else to join on board. You guys have chances for expansion. You will probably make money fast, and if you set a good impression at first, you will start making money very fast, and you will build a name very fast. Fatma will tell you about the other group that Fatma and Hisham are more prone to choosing.
Hisham and I were actually very attracted to the hop-on, hop-off bus idea. We think it's something this country needs. It's something, if we're a country that's really looking at investing and growing our tourism sector, it's something that would be fantastic. In terms of an innovative idea, you have that, but we think what you girls lack is thinking the whole concept through. Because this is not an easy thing, and like Mona said, there's a reason why other people haven't thought of it. I think it's not reason enough for you to stop you, but you need to really think why others have not done it, and how could you do it right. So in terms of innovation and something that would really have big impact and expanding it nationwide, we love the hop-on, hop-off bus concept. And I think we decided between the four of us that this is the one we're giving the...
The best presentation was for the purple caps, because you divided the rows. It was very good.
As I said, it's always better to innovate and try to go for a concept that is not there. It gives you leadership all along the way, but it's great that you guys thought of a niche as opposed to just copying straight away. You did make the effort to think of a niche, which is very important. So in case anybody here thinks of a project in the future, and it probably already exists, you have two choices. You either should gather up a ridiculous amount of cash and do so much advertising that more people are going to hear about you than they've heard about the existing business, or you should just come up with an amazing niche that you're going to use to attract new clients. So really, I think the four of us believe that the four groups did an amazing job, and we really are impressed. Thank you for your time.
As well, the vouchers for version maker so you can come.
Yes, take it down. Okay, just one final word. As I said at the beginning, one of the great things about this little competition is that it's all in-house. It is our alumni that are coming back to give their experience and to talk to you guys and to give their advice. That, I think, is the most precious thing about it for me. Thank you so much, all of you. We really, really do appreciate it.